No trace of fugitive Amritpal Singh. Republic investigates Operation Amritpal, decodes the man behind the rise. After two high-profile inductions in BJP from Congress leaders issue introspection warning to own the party. After Vadra, Congress JDS spooked by Kichwa, Sudeep entry writes to Election Commission seeking ban on his films. Government announces formation of fake news unit to tackle misinformation against the government. Opposition and lobby questions government on anti-fake news mechanism. All eyes on the attack on free speech. Tamil Nadu governor says 2018 Sterlite protest received foreign funding triggers controversy. Ladies and gentlemen, from 18th of March to 7th of April, Khalistan sympathizer and self-styled preacher Amritpal Singh continues to give the police the slip for more than 3 weeks now. Despite several attempts by the police, Punjab police have failed to trace him. Nobody really knows where Amritpal is right now, but today we will decode to you the rise of Amritpal Singh. How did Amritpal Singh come into the limelight and who exactly helped him? Who funded Amritpal and who has his back? All of this will be answered today in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Let's take you back in time where no one knew who exactly was Amritpal. But this man called Daljeet Kalsi, who is a Khalistani sympathizer, was the man behind Amritpal's rise. He is the one who helped gather support for Amritpal so that he could become the chief of Punjab. In fact, what we're going to do right now is take you through some of those pictures starting all the way from 1st of April 2022 in a short while from now, for you to get a better understanding of who this person was and how it all started. He met this man called Daljeet Kalsi and he was spotted with Amritpal back on 1st of April 2022. That's the first picture that we're getting to you of Daljeet Kalsi along with Amritpal. Let's quickly move to the 2nd of April when he met Avtar Singh Khanda, and that too on 2nd of April. In a short while from now, we'll take you through each of these persons and tell you why exactly they are important. Avtar happens to be an ISI agent and is also the fundraiser, and that's the reason why this becomes very important, how the movement takes place and the fact that there is a clear link of ISI and the way they were being sponsored. On 4th of April, there's a meeting. Let's just once again go back to the picture of 4th of April because that's where the meeting that took place in Birmingham. That's the picture on the 4th of April. And now what you're showing you right now is the 20th April picture that was taken from Vancouver in Canada, where Kalsi met Bhupinder. Now, important to point out here is that all of these pictures basically points towards the fact that this was all pre-planned, and the fact that the money was essentially coming in from the ISI. Now, the fact of the matter is that why exactly would the ISI really step in, and why exactly this man would have been created in this manner? Who exactly is Daljeet Kalsi? All of that now to be answered in a short while from now when I get my colleague Gursimran as well as Amandeep, who will be joining us on this broadcast. Amandeep is getting us this big exclusive telling you who exactly this person is. So Amandeep, we'll put out those pictures one by one. Let's start with that first picture of 1st of April where he was spotted in Dubai along with Daljeet Kalsi. So I'll put that picture for all our viewers while you just tell our viewers who exactly is Daljeet Kalsi, and then as we take our viewers through the few other pictures, those exclusive that we have accessed. We have the picture right now on our screens, Amandeep, that is Daljeet Kalsi. So who exactly is this person? A quick answer and then we quickly move to the other few pictures that we have.
Well, Shravan, Daljeet Kalsi is the person who was actually based in India and handling this Waris Punjab Day. After 15th of February 2021, when Deep Sidhu died in an accident, it was Daljeet Kalsi who has projected Amritpal Singh to be the next chief of Waris Punjab Day. And the picture that we have accessed, and this picture was clicked by Daljeet Singh Kalsi, and in fact he visited Dubai. He met Amritpal after he has given the message to Amritpal that change his look from a cut shirt to be in the turban, to grow his beard as well, just to give a look as a Sikh preacher. So this was the first picture he has clicked and in Dubai, and later this picture has been floated among the pro-Khalistani groups in the different countries, including England, Canada, European countries, US as well. So that Daljeet Kalsi has projected Amritpal Singh that look at this person, this would be the next chief of Waris Punjab Day, to whom everybody is going to support after Deep Sidhu. These all pictures are basically clicked and shared with each other before Amritpal Singh has landed in Punjab, before he has projected as a Waris Punjab Day chief.
Right.
This entire conspiracy was being held in different countries: Dubai, England, Canada, US. Yes, Shravan.
Well, in fact, let's just quickly take you through one more picture. In fact, Amandeep, I'll request you to answer that with regards to who exactly this person is, Avtar Singh Khanda, and why exactly is that important, the person in black turban. We'll put out that picture as you answer this question, and the significance, the timeline, how the first meeting takes place in Dubai, then the second meeting takes place in Birmingham, then the third meeting takes place in Gravesend in the United Kingdom, and finally it happens in Vancouver, and we'll tell you the significance of it. Let's just stay with this picture while Amandeep tries to explain this to our viewers. Who are these people and what's the connection that is basically emerging right now? What is the final objective? Over to you, Amandeep, as you explain who exactly is Avtar Singh Khanda.
Shravan, Avtar Singh Khanda, a known ISI agent, a fundraiser for the pro-Khalistani organizations, sitting in England and openly batting for the pro-Khalistani organizations and planning certain kind of conspiracy. Daljeet Singh Kalsi is the one who's actually created a bridge between Amritpal Singh and Avtar Singh Khanda. Once he shared the picture of Dubai with Amritpal Singh, then he later traveled to England and met Avtar Singh Khanda, just because he is the one who was actually conspiring this entire Waris Punjab Day, pushing to the Punjab and wanting to be the Khalistan with the help of bullets. And even this picture has been clicked by Daljeet Singh Kalsi, who is presently in a Dibrugarh jail, booked under NSA. And even this picture also being shared with the different peoples with a message that now after Amritpal, Daljeet Kalsi is also stamped Amritpal to be the next chief of Waris Punjab Day. Avtar Singh Khanda is the one who was also known as Azad Khanda. His another name is, which was very much popular among the pro-Khalistani groups, is Azad Khanda. And Avtar Singh Khanda is the one who has actually organized that entire protest happened outside the Indian consulate in London, when they have just they have vandalized the Indian flag and put out the Khalistani flag, and every second day they were holding the protest outside Indian consulates. And still the protest is happening, and still these activities are alive. So Avtar Singh Khanda is the one to whom Daljeet Kalsi met after he has analyzed the look of Amritpal Singh, after he has been convinced that now Amritpal can be launched as the next chief of Waris Punjab Day after Deep Sidhu. And later these pictures are being shared among the pro-Khalistani groups in the different countries. And Avtar Singh Khanda later travelled to Birmingham along with Daljeet Kalsi, met several people there. They are basically doing the PR for Waris Punjab Day and Amritpal Singh. They are taking the consent of the people that we have to support him from different countries when he will be landing to Punjab, when he will start his own operation, when he will start the agenda of Khalistan on the grounds of Punjab. So basically they are campaigning, and Daljeet Kalsi is the one who ensured that he will be with Amritpal in India, and Avtar Singh Khanda would be sitting in England and campaigning for Waris Punjab Day and Amritpal Singh, and mobilize the money and even the people, manpower, everything for Amritpal Singh. So these pictures are very much connected, and in fact these are the pictures which are giving a clear-cut evidence that how they have planned to launch Amritpal Singh after Deep Sidhu. It was a great question among the Waris Punjab Day group that who would be the next chief of Waris Punjab Day? Just because, Shaman, one thing I would like to mention. When Deep Sidhu died in a road accident on 15th of Feb, his family has been brushed aside. His
Stay on,
family
because
has...
we just... Amandeep, I'll just request you to stay on, because what I'll just quickly do right now is try and explain to our viewers why these locations are so very important, and there is a clear link that is basically emerging, and if you join the dots you would basically understand that this was all being planned to try and create a stir among the Indian diaspora in various other countries. Take a look at the first place. Let's quickly move. First is in Dubai. Let's move to the second one, which again I'll tell you why this becomes important, and there is a conspiracy behind it. Let's move to the 2nd of April, where the meeting took place in Birmingham. Let's put that out with the picture of that meeting with Avtar Singh Khanda. That's Avtar Singh Khanda's meeting on 2nd of April. So what really transpired in that meeting in Birmingham? That's with the ISI agent. And then you have on 4th of April, that meeting that took place in Gravesend with Khanda and Kalsi, both who are gathering more support. Let's quickly move to the third graphic that we have of Khanda and Kalsi gathering more support. There you have, this is the picture, and finally the picture on the 20th of April 2022 when Kalsi's visit to Canada after UK. So after UK you have another meeting that has happened in Vancouver, Canada. So all that put together, if you can, from Dubai all the way to Canada, all the places where we have seen large-scale protests taking place, and it is now essentially being viewed as the fortress for the Khalistanis, especially in United Kingdom and in Canada, where they've essentially been given that open platform to carry on with their activities, and that's the place where the funding is essentially coming in. So who exactly is now trying to protect Amritpal? And the bigger question, how exactly has Amritpal been able to give the police a complete slip? A quick answer from you right now, Amandeep, with regards to the call that Amritpal has essentially made just ahead of Baisakhi. What is it that you're picking up from your sources with Punjab? A quick 30-second answer.
Well, absolutely. Shavan, Sarbat Khalsa was the call that was requested by Amritpal Singh to Jathedar Akal Takht, but he has put that request down, and there was no, they are not conveying any Sarbat Khalsa on the eve of Baisakhi. In fact, they are doing a religious gathering at Talwandi Sabo at Damdama Sahib Gurdwara, and in fact, meanwhile, simultaneously, police is in high alert. They have cancelled all the leaves of the police corps till 14th of Feb, just because this festival will start on 12th of April and till 14th of April. And till the time all the leaves has been cancelled by the police, entire force is put on the ground to even in Amritsar and in Bathinda. These are the two main locations where the entire police is on the high alert. Yes, Shaman.
Thank you very much, Amandeep, for getting us the latest details, the story that we've been tracking very closely. Only channel getting you the full details of how exactly Amritpal has grown over the last few years, and who exactly is behind the support system of Amritpal. Shifting focus now to the other story that we're getting to you tonight. Some exclusive interviews and yet another setback for the Vadra Congress. The mega 2024 elections are knocking at our door, and it is yet another setback for the Congress party. Former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Kiran Kumar Reddy joined the Bharatiya Janata Party in the national capital. Reddy, who has served as the last Chief Minister for undivided Andhra Pradesh, joined BJP in the presence of Union Minister Prahlad Joshi, General Secretary Arun Singh and Parliamentarian K. Lakshman at a function that was organized at the party headquarters. What does this essentially mean, especially for a party that has lost two leaders in two successive days, and whether at all the party will finally smell the beans? The question here is that the Vadra Congress still believes in just protecting one family. That's the allegation that most of the leaders have leveled. Let's listen to some of the reactions that are now coming in.
First, it was Anil Antony.
However, the current Congress is not the Congress which was at one point of time. Now the Congress party is not bothered about nation building.
And today it is the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Kiran Kumar Reddy.
There is an old saying which says, "My king is very intelligent. He doesn't think on his own. He doesn't listen to anyone's advice."
The Congress is drowning, and all of this right before the mega 2024 elections. The Vadra Congress faces yet another setback as Kiran Kumar Reddy, the former Chief Minister of undivided Andhra Pradesh, joined the BJP today. The four-time former MLA launched a scathing attack on the Congress.
Whom they have to assign a particular job, due to lack of interaction, they do not know which leader, the characters of the leaders, or who should be assigned what jobs in a state for the party to.
The switch came as a surprise to Congress. Congress leader Rashid Alvi has called for introspection.
कांग्रेस पार्टी को विचार करना पड़ेगा। जिस तरीके से यूपी के अंदर, गोवा के अंदर, मध्य प्रदेश के अंदर, आंध्रा के अंदर, आसाम के अंदर, केरला के अंदर हमारे लोग छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, क्या कारण है? हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि जिसको जाना है जाए, जिसको नहीं जाना है वो ना वो पार्टी के अंदर रहे, और इससे भी बड़ा सवाल है।
Meanwhile, the BJP is assured that jumping the ship process won't end here.
आज आप अभी देखे हैं हजारों नौजवान आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी में हर जगह शामिल हो रहे, खासकर युवा, और वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के दृष्टिकोण से वो आकर्षित हो रहे। मेरा विचार से जितना विपक्ष के लोग हमारा पार्टी के खिलाफ, हमारा नेता के खिलाफ, देश का प्रधानमंत्री के खिलाफ गलत प्रचार करे, उतना ही ज़्यादा देश की जनता भारतीय जनता पार्टी को आशीर्वाद देंगे, भारतीय जनता पार्टी में शामिल होंगे।
The question is, how will the Congress save its sinking ship? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Congress party, their cadre, their leaders at all levels, they do not have confidence in the Congress leadership. And what now just few minutes back what Kiran Kumar Reddy told, you all know that. He has said, I have full confidence in the leadership of Prime Minister, especially about the actions what he has taken on the corruption. The anti-corruption crusade what Prime Minister Modi has started, that only he appreciated.
Absolutely.
But Congress party doesn't want to acknowledge that. In the last 9 years, there is no single allegation of corruption on this government.
Absolutely.
And you have referred to the parliament, recent parliamentary session. I have told both in BAC that there are this session is dedicated for the budget and financial item, and whatever you want to discuss in the finance bill, you can discuss anything in the finance bill.
Absolutely.
And government is ready to reply. But they never wanted discussion, they wanted disruption. And they used to tell how you have behaved previously, we want to behave like that. I said there were so many from Supreme Court itself, the coal scam, 2G scam, these are all the remarks were from the court, not from any individual. That's why we were raising the issue. Today there is nothing like that.
Absolutely.
Nobody is able to allege anything against the Modi government. Then they don't want to disturb, and people will give them a proper reply even Karnataka election or in any other coming election.
Absolutely.
Well, that's been another big story that we have been tracking through the day. This is about how exactly would he be curbing fake news. Union Ministry of Electronics and in IT basically notified the amendments to the contentious IT rules of 2021. Now, inserting a clause that will need intermediaries, that's the social media companies such as Twitter and Facebook, to ensure users do not post content about the union government that has been fact-checked by an approved body. Now, while the government said the measure on fact-checking was meant to combat misinformation, experts have now raised their concerns about the government assuming a role in doing this. Republic, in fact, spoke to the union minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Listen into this exclusive interview where he basically puts down what exactly does this essentially mean? What does these amended rules essentially mean? This at a time when several of media bodies are now basically raising this question that is this yet another attempt that has been made to curb freedom of speech? If that's the case, or the question that needs to be asked, that shouldn't there be a body to try and curb fake news? Listen in to what the minister had to say.
IT Ministry notifies body to flag fake content on government. PIB reference removed. We are joined by Union Minister and MOS Electronics and Information Technology Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Rajiv sir, thanks for speaking to Republic. Sir, now the new amendment has been made to the IT rule to see the misinformation and misleading content. Could you explain more what the change in the legislation exactly is?
In October of 2022, we had formulated and notified a new IT rules that takes on this danger and this menace of misinformation and patently false information on the internet head on. And in October 2022, we had prescribed in Rule 31B5 of the IT rules that social media platforms and intermediaries have an obligation to take down fake information and patently false information. Amongst other 8 categories of content, including child sexual abuse material, religious incitement material, there were 9 categories of content that were no-go areas for social media platforms, and this was notified in October 2022. One of the issues that came up during the last 10 months, 12 months, was that many intermediaries felt that there was a need for a fact checker, a credible, trusted fact checker who can be playing the role of flagging fake content, patently false content, and misinformation content. And because the government as an entity, information about the government can only be with the government, it was felt that the government must create an entity that will fact check what are the issues out there, content out there, information about there on government content, government related content. And so therefore we have said in the IT rules, to help the intermediaries discharge their obligations under Rule 3, we will create a fact checking entity that will in a credible, transparent manner fact check matters of the government. Now this is not as some people will try and characterize as any restriction on free speech. This is certainly not anything to do with curbing editorial or content creation. This is an unwavering commitment to making sure the internet in India is safe and trusted. We certainly don't want misinformation, fake information, and patently false information, especially from cross-border state actors and vested interests, to create dissonance, create chaos, and create any challenges to the Indian democracy or indeed the safety and trust of the Indian internet.
One more thing.
On the other side, after Vadra, Congress JDS spooked by Sudeep entry, writes to the Election Commission seeking ban on his films. Also, Tamil Nadu governor says 2018 Starlight protests received foreign funding triggers controversy. All this and much more on the other side.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow. And that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
when we see that the masterminds, the plotters of this attack are still unpunished, they are still roaming free, what can India and Israel do together to ensure that the plotters, the mastermind of this attack are punished?
Everyone that took part of the terror attacks pays the price, a very heavy price. So we are still waiting for those who committed, those who sent, those who operated those terror attacks to be brought to justice. And indeed, we need to bring very serious pressure from all the world, from all the free world who stands against terrorism.
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही है, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Mediation will work when there is uncertainty of winning by any one party. इसलिए जो judgment आया यही सबसे उत्तम है. This puts an end to the whole issue.
Assertive 1% that wants to open the wounds again. They do not operate only by the verdict of the court. Dragging back economic fugitives, fantastic. But a crackdown on corruption alone is not enough to steer the economy.
That is where the reforms are not just to remove those who are with several cases of corruption and disproportionate assets. This will ensure that at a local level, no officer can go about saying, hey, I've come to inspect you, without the system approving it.
Ladies and gentlemen, India's biggest news event is back. The third edition of the Republic Summit will be held in the national capital this month. The biggest names, the biggest newsmakers, the biggest agents of change and transformation in India will be at the Republic Summit once again this year. So stand by for what will be by far India's biggest news event by miles.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow, and that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first. Dragging back economic fugitives, fantastic. But a crackdown on corruption alone is not enough to steer the economy.
That is where the reforms are not just to remove those who are with several cases of corruption and disproportionate assets. This will ensure that at a local level, no officer can go about saying, hey, I've come to inspect you, without the system approving it.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है, हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
How do you see Israel helping India in combating the water crisis?
It's a major problem here in India, and we have the solutions. So we are trying to work together, bringing the information, bring the technologies, bringing the excellent centers that we have here in India. And I know Prime Minister Modi deals with that a lot, and he was successful to bring dozens and dozens of millions to accessibility to water. And this is a great success.